Hello, my name is Lori, and it's my privilege to get to speak to you about healing today. In just a moment, I'll share the specific type of healing that I'm referring to, but healing in general, after any kind of woundedness emotionally to our body. But let's just stay on target specifically here of emotional healing. I like to refer to it as we move from a place of living life in the gray tones to living life in full color. And we all want to live life in full color and not merely the gray tones. Healing emotionally is as real as physically healing. Anyone who's had a woundedness, let's say a surgery, you have to be intentional following surgery in order for your body to heal and recover. Emotionally, just so much so. We have to be as intentional about our healing after an emotional wounding, just as intentionally as we do a physical healing. And there is a ripple effect to our healing. There's a wonderful saying, and it unpacks a lot. Hurt people hurt people. If we are walking around hurt, we tend, usually not meaning to at all, but we set out without knowing we're going to hurt other people out of our own woundedness. However, when we are walking around as a wounded healer, someone who's been through the wounding, but someone now who has traversed on to healing, there is a ripple effect to that. And we tend to bring a lot more positive tone out of living in that colorful life of a healed place. Now, specifically the healing I'm referring to today, this is not political. This is not meant to be controversial. There are many forms of pregnancy loss. There might be a miscarriage happen to a couple, or a stillbirth, or the birth of a child due to sudden infant death syndrome, or the like. But there is another type of pregnancy loss, and that is specifically abortion. And men and women need to be and as intentional about their bodily and their emotional healing after an abortion. It is a loss when not treated as it is a real loss. When not treated, then we may in turn, without meaning to be, but we may in turn become one of those hurt people who then hurts other people. Think of putting a puzzle together. We shake the puzzle box up prior to setting all of the pieces out before us on a table. And we have many, many, many pieces to sort through. Abortion in a man's life or a woman's life is one puzzle piece of a life. But as we all know, if we're setting out to engulf and put together a large, beautiful puzzle, it's just not whole if it's missing a piece. So as in all healing, we have to be intentional about healing after an abortion. Now, this brief intro video is meant to be just that, an intro, and in brevity, covering just the synopsis of the types of things that need our attention after an abortion. I have been blessed and honored to facilitate post-abortion healing, it's often referred to, with all age groups of men and women, from the young to the very old. I've worked in prisons, I've worked in nursing homes, all about this subject. I've worked with persons who claim to have a faith foundation in their life and those who don't. Healing after any loss, but healing in particular, since we're specifically talking about healing after the pregnancy loss known as abortion, is a very real loss to heal from. It's natural. There has been a loss. There has been something taken from us, if you will. It's only a natural order of life then. Think about that we need to recover after this loss. And speaking of loss, and in this case, a significant death, when we recall, we've all been a part of someone's funeral, we've attended a memorial, whatever the age or the size of the person, there was an actual burial box of some sort, a coffin or a vault before us. Burials and memorials are usually for the sake of the person left behind, are they not? But when we see that vault or that box, we are reminded it is brought home to us. Yes, this significant loss is real. The grief that I'm feeling is real. In Western civilization, I regret to say, we don't grieve very well. Now, to go from this gray tone area into, by contrast, living life in full color, let me briefly go through the flow or the chart, if you will, going from gray tone to living in full color. This is hard, real work. But the hard, real work is the natural process and the natural outflow of a real grief, a real wound that needs healing. We must surround ourselves with safe support. That can be a group of persons or just one very safe person that we're not afraid to take into confidence. We begin our journey where we are by recognizing that healing is needed. Then we recognize, let's see, what action steps can I take? We find out where to work with a significant safe person. Are there groups? Are there organizations? Are there places available? And then we set out to embark on that healing. We remove the stigma, if you will, that I am a person who went through an abortion. I do not deserve, if you will. Oh, that sounds like such a harsh word. I don't deserve to heal. No, we remove that stigma from our vocabulary altogether. We know that in any healing journey, any emotional healing journey, we must go back to the past. There's a lot of recalling, a lot of remembering. Here again, this is hard work, but we must take those backward steps, and they seem backwards at the time we are taking them, but all in all, they're getting us ready to take steps forward. So we must go back in order to go forward. We must, in that spirit of going forward, we must press on. We must press on and keep going. Here again, surrounded by safe persons or safe person, and not give in to the curling up on the couch and just saying, I'm going to give up. No, we must press on. We will focus on topics and issues like anger, forgiveness, remembering even with gratitude. There's a wonderful exercise that would actually be healing in and of itself if we all took a few moments to do this. And it's a timeline, just simply drawing a horizontal line, this dot signifying our birth, this dot signifying where we are today. We, on that graph, that horizontal timeline, we chart the things that have been ups and the things that have been downs, and we do the work, remembering what our life has looked like, remembering where we are now, and serving up gratitude. How much have we been all spared from, I wonder? We embrace change. We start to pack up our new suitcase full of all of the lessons that we're learning on our healing journey. And we point ourselves in a new direction rather than living and staying stuck. Ooh, there's a word, staying stuck in this place of gray. We realize we are changing and we are moving forward onto this place of living color. And then along with our supportive person or persons around us in the safe place that we're doing this hard work, and we're never expected to do it alone. No, we are not alone on this journey. You know what? We may have been alone prior to the abortion. We may have been alone at the time that we chose abortion, but we need not do our healing work alone. So embraced by our supportive persons, we now talk about the things that we are going to do on a regular basis to stay at peace within ourselves. Thank you once again. My name is Lori. It's been a pleasure just to explore and delve into this very brief overview with you. God bless. Be at peace.